we went back to basics and created a few videos that you did, talking about the SoundMax reeds and how they come in the bags rather than boxes and things like that.
Yeah.
Can you just go back to those basics and just take a person that's just received their new reeds, take them through what they should be looking for and what they should avoid as well?
Yeah, I think it's really, really important to be meticulous when you get these reeds and you take them out. There's a process, and if you follow that process, they will work. Because as I've been working, because that's quite a few sets, bagpipes I've set up with the SoundMax drone reeds now, and if you follow the process, they will go irrespective of what make of bagpipes you've got, what your reed seats are like, how strong a reed you blow, what type of bag you've got in, or any of that. If you follow the process, then they will go. Of that, I am 100% sure. I think both of us are that, because you've seen how we both work with them. First of all, what I look at is when you take them out, I always give them a wee blow in my mouth. You should hear that nice, crisp, rich sound when you blow it, particularly the two tenors, and then of course the bass. Bass is a different pitch, so that's going to be slightly flatter, but particularly the two tenors, you get that nice, crisp, rich sound. Then when you're going to put them into your reed seats, the reed seats can be difficult depending on your make of drones. Your standard makes of drones, or your popular bagpipe makers now, the reed seats are all pretty much standardised. Some of your lesser known or older sets of bagpipes, I've said before in one of the videos, you can have a sharp reed seat, which the angle is more just a sharp angle. And what happens is when you've got it hemped up and you push it in the reed seat, it doesn't sit snug in it. What happens is the end of the reed hits the wood of the drone reed seat first. So what you get is it'll wobbles about, and even when you put some hemp on it, if it's still hitting the wooden part of the drone first, then you might need to cut a wee tiny bit off, and there's ridges on the bottom of them. I think there's been one or two people that have made inquiries because they've had reed seats that are like that, and they've had to chop maybe the bottom bit off. But make sure you do it properly. Don't get an old serrated kitchen knife. If you've got somebody that you know is an engineer or somebody that's handy, then get it cut, because it needs to be cut nice and straight. It needs to be cut with a proper tool. I would say at least a junior hacksaw to cut it, and get somebody to take their time, because you don't want it cut at an angle. It needs to be cut nice and square. And then when you hemp it, you should be pushing it in, and it should sit nice and snug. It shouldn't wobble about, because the end of the reed is bumping the wood at the end of the reed seat. When you're putting it in again, as I say, make sure your thumb is on the top of the blade and you're pushing it in. Don't wiggle it from side to side when you're putting it in. If you look at the videos that I've done, you'll see when I'm putting them in, I've got my thumb on the tongue and I'm pushing it in. When I'm taking them out, my thumb is on the tongue and I'm wobbling it, taking it out. Never put it at an angle, because as explained before, it's a floating tongue. Get the strength set for you. When you blow it, you should be able to blow it. I wouldn't particularly always look for that nice double tone that you hear when I'm striking in. That might not be there right away. Make sure that when you're blowing it, for your strength, you can blow it and stop it. You should be able to blow relatively hard without the veins in your forehead sticking out, and you can stop the reed. If you've got it that, then you've got it set for strength. So once you've got the three of them set at that, then you should be good to go. Now, when you're adjusting it, I've done it and I still do it. You're lazy, it's not quite right, and you want to move the bridle. I'll take it out, I'm standing, and I try to move it with my fingers, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I always end up rolling it, and you move from one extreme to another. So you move it, you think it's a tiny bit, and it stops straight away. And then you try to move it back down, and then it's like the Clyde tunnel. So you're as well just making your mind up. I need to put them down and do it properly. Like I said, get a wee craft knife, or even the tip of a pen or a pencil, and just slide the bridle up so that it's not rolling that it would with your finger. Then get it set to the pitch that you want. And again, so you've got it set to your strength, you're quite happy with that, but it might still be tuning a wee bit too far down or a wee bit too far up. That's when you're using your screw. Loosen the screw, it'll flatten it, and then your drone will come down a bit. Put the screw in, lock it again, and then it'll go up because you've sharpened it and your drone will flatten off till you get to where you want it. Mine, I find both my sets of Macallum McRae's, like you see a wee bit of hemp, which normally I wouldn't have done, but I'm quite happy. I think the sound is at the optimum when you've got that showing. And as I keep saying, I keep labouring the point, the two thumb widths for the bass drone with your average set. Some of your older sets I've known, particularly a boy that had a set of lorries, somebody had a set of Hendersons, and they're tuning maybe about one thumb width. You'll get away with that. That's fine. But you'll see a lot of people, and it's tuning, it's maybe only quarter of an inch, eighth of an inch from the projecting mount. To me, you're not getting the optimum sound out of your bass drone when it's like that. And
So these sessions we're trying to make as interactive as possible. So I'd like to ask all of you, what's the one thing that you would change in your drone setup that you think would improve the sound of your bagpipe? And if you can comment after this video or even send us a message in or give us a ring, then we'd love to hear from you.